All right, we got a 2017 Nissan Maxima, and we're gonna take our OBD2 reader. Okay, it's got a code on it. Read codes. Stored codes. There it is, P0128. And coolant thermostat, coolant temperature below, thermostat regulating temperature. All right, guys, so the thermostat is not the easiest to get to, but it's right over here. So all of this stuff's got to come out, but the first thing that needs to be done is to drain the radiator. Right side. And you can kind of see the drain plug right up under there. Let me get my camera right there. You see it? So you just unscrew that and all of your radiator fluid will come spewing out. Be careful, do not let that stuff splash in your eyes or you will be blind. All right, see that? Now it's coming out slow. So what we're gonna do is go ahead and open up the cap. And get it going faster. We open up the reservoir cap and we open up the main cap. And we're gonna let that drain and then we'll put the caps back on and put this back on. Because you're messing with electrical parts, make sure that you disconnect the negative terminal on the battery with a 10 mil. So this thing doesn't float back over on there. Just cover it up. All right, so pretty much down to a little small drip. I think I'm gonna go ahead and plug that back up and go ahead and get started on the top and taking the thermostat out. All right, so this tube right here, I'll go ahead and remove it. Let's go up here, this is closer. Okay, this is the power steering reservoir. So we have to remove this hose clamp right here. Okay, I think this, there's a, oh, right there. It's holding this line in right here. And yeah, this will have to come out. So we'll take that out. All right, so to remove that part, you need a 13 mil. This one does. I'll put it back in so you can see. Just pushes out. Like that. That one. And that one. So we got both of those out. Try to get this out. Like that. That's separated from the power steering pump. See this right here. Just gonna move that out the way. Oh, sorry. There we go. So we can move this out the way, this line for the power steering pump. Now we can get to this one. Literally trying to easily get these hoses off so they don't crack. All right, there we go. All right, so that hose is off. And see, we didn't mess up anything. All right, guys, so I've got this disconnected from the 4 bolts that were on there, but one of them is a nut. So you got to make sure you don't lose that. And that one's located down there, right there. And that's what held this on. And the other 3, there's one right here, one right here, and then one down in there. Now the next thing is what I'm gonna do is there's a hose that's holding this in. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna disconnect this right here instead of disconnecting the hose, basically unscrewing the bracket from the apparatus that's holding that in. Let's grab my tin. All right. Now we just take that, disconnect it from there. And once I get this out, I'm gonna put that screw back in so I remember where it's at. Use this kind of tool right here. Get up under there. Now this one's held on by a bracket too. You know what? Let's just disconnect that bracket and then we ain't got to worry about it. Now we can move this completely out the way. We should be able to lift this up and out. And power steering pump is out. There it is. And now we've got plenty of access to the thermostat, which sits right here. However, this cylinder head, whatever it's called, I'm not sure what it's called, but this is in the way, so we gotta take this apart. Right there. And get it out the way. Man, I tell you, I can't see nothing up under there. But yeah, that's the one that's got to come out the way. All right, we're gonna try this and see if this works. There we go. I think it may be a crank sensor or something like that. I believe that's what it is, crank sensor. What I'm removing now. Got that out. Pulls out of there. All right, guys, I got to figure out how to get yet another harness off. So give me a second. All right, guys, so what I had to do, there's actually two of those sensors on here. I'll show you. There's one right here, and then there's one right here. The one right here is the one we got to take a loose. So since I didn't know how to take the harness off, I just took this off because there's a harness that's on this sensor as well as that one. So what ended up happening, this one dropped. So you just kind of loosen a little bit, let it drop a little, and then this one will drop on out. Because that cuts slack on the other side, right? So let me get you a position here, and then you flip this over, which I broke the top part of the harness. That's not a big deal. It still snaps in. And then just push this tab here, and then it comes out. All right, so looking here at the new one, the way it's positioned, should be one on this side, and then one at the bottom. So I'm gonna just go in there and have at it. Probably not gonna record this part until I can figure out exactly how to show you how to unscrew them and what to use. Okay, after wrestling with this thing, I've got one bolt out. That's it, just that one. So this is what they look like. They are 10 mil. And man, they're not easy to get out. Yeah, so get you a bender neck, whatever they call it, and have at it. So I'm gonna try to get the other 3 out. That bottom one's gonna be a pain, but I'm gonna try to get the other 2 out, and I'll cut you back on here just a little bit. All right, so look at that. We got a loose thermostat. Let's get you down in there. Trying to get you the best angle here. So I got it loose. Got all 3 out. And I'm gonna tell you, so you're not gonna get this job done unless you have one of these. It does that. And then you've got several different extensions and several different 10 millimeter, lengths. There's the old gasket. Yay. Look for it. There we go. All right, there's the old one. So it's saying stuck open, but I wanted to try to, because I'm not sure. So, oh, okay, yeah, I see it. Yeah, it is stuck. See, basically this is pushed up. So it's stuck open and the spring is pushed down, so that's closed. All right, so I could not figure out how to get this to stay on properly. Using little tricks and stuff, but I'm not gonna do no super glue on the gasket to get it to stay in there. So, all right, I think I've got it lined up to where the gasket should be lined up in there. All right, I'm gonna try to see if my camera will show me the gasket is on. Nope. See, missed it. Damn it. All right, let's see if I nailed it this time. See the gasket. Let's see, hold on. I think I might have nailed it. I think I might have finally got it. All right, so looks like the gasket is on there. You can kind of see it right there. And we are good this time. All right. So now we can start putting antifreeze in there and see if we got any leaks anywhere. So got this. All right, well, there we go. Now I'll just add a little more in there, like right there. And we'll Put the vehicle on high heat and let it circulate through the vehicle. All right, now you can kind of see where it's bubbling, and it's pulling everything through the system. So that thermostat is definitely opening up now. I mean, well, closing. Well, it should be open now, or closed. Let's go ahead and start putting more in there. Let it burp on through. I don't see any leaks from the thermostat, which is good. So we're just gonna leave this thing on, like I said, for about 10 minutes and let it cycle through so the engine can burp, and then I'm gonna cut you back on. Now you can see how this thing does. Kind of gets all the air bubbles out the system, and once it's all done doing that, then you're ready to pull this, add the rest of the residual to the reservoir. Make sure the temp gauge is moving like it's supposed to. It's only been on a couple minutes, but oh, turn that off. But we got a little bit of heat, and once the vehicle warms up, it's gonna be hot. Oh yeah. All right, folks, the last of the bubbles was popped, so we put the radiator cap back on and put the residual back over there into there in the reservoir. And just to take a look now, and as you can see, it's definitely towards the middle now. So all that's left now is to go ahead and reset the light. It is hot as Hades in here. And that's it. I hope I was able to help you guys figure this out. So all I ask is that you leave me a like. Subscribe if you think you might like the channel. Go through and kind of look at the content. This is not my normal content, but I just wanted to get something out there to help everybody out. And yeah, that's it.